I just got back from watching the new Five Nights at Freddy's movie directed by Emma Tammy, and I'm going to give you my honest review on what I thought. Spoilers ahead, so if you have not seen this movie yet, please click off and join back after. So the plot of the film is sadly stale. It felt like I was watching a struggling guy grieve the loss of his little brother while trying to fulfill this father figure to his sister Abby, while at the same time trying to hold a job. There were a few subplots to this film as well, which honestly I didn't really like. There was a lot of dream sequences where Mike would just fall into this dream and try to relive that moment of his brother Garrett getting kidnapped, and he was trying to find who it was. There was also the subplot of the evil aunt trying to gain custody to take Abby away from Mike, mainly for the money. So those two subplots kind of came into play a bit, and I was like, yeah, no. But that doesn't mean we don't get a lot of time at Freddy's, because we do. We do get a lot of time at Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria. And overall, that was probably the best part of the film. Seeing the set design of that place was so real. Like, there was so much Easter eggs, so much callbacks. It was definitely a present to the fans, such as myself. And I loved it. I honestly loved being in that setting, seeing it on the big screen. And we got some really creative kills. They really pushed that PG-13 mark, I'm not going to lie. Especially the one where Freddy, he legit eats someone and the other half of their body falls on the floor. I was like, damn, is this movie PG-13? Like, what's going on, you know? Some of the jump scares as well were done really well. Not that I jumped back or anything, but there were people in the cinema, they like yelped or screamed, I guess you could say, like, calm down, buddy, it wasn't that fucking scary. But apart from those part of the films where we get to interact with these animatronics at their worst, I guess you could say, when they're attacking, the movie felt a little bit flat. Abby convinces her brother to let her go to work with him, and he says no after several times, and then eventually he's like, all right, fine, you're coming to work with me, all right? And here we see Abby interact with the animatronics, and I'm like, oh, maybe they're like, gonna kill her or something. Nah, they built a fucking pillow fort. Like, I was like, what? Without getting into too much lore of the game, there is moments where in the books the animatronics are, I guess, good. They're not possessed by William Afton, but we're not going to get into the lore now. You can go watch like 1,000 map pack videos to find out all that stuff, so just go do that. But to a casual fan, to go to watch this movie from the trailers to see these killer animatronics and then see them build a pillar fort, you're left a bit stumbled, I guess you could say. Like, what am I watching right now? Mike then realizes that Abby has some special connection with the animatronics, and he might be able to get some insight on who took his brother through Abby and the animatronics. So he then gets pressured into it after saying yes, and Golden Freddy, we get to see Golden Freddy show up and takes Abby back from her house back to Freddy's. At this time, Mike is currently at the police station with Vanessa, who is a character we get to meet in this franchise for the first time. And I honestly didn't like the character Vanessa. I thought she was very annoying, to say the least. Like, there was a part where she was like, quit your job, don't come back here. And then she was like, I'll see you tomorrow type thing. Like that's kind of like not what I wanted from Vanessa. But then the big reveal is that Vanessa is actually the daughter of William Afton. After a 4-minute showdown with William Afton and Mike, it comes to an end very quick with the classic spring lock scene, which I thought wasn't done to what I thought. Like, it was cool, and obviously they had to keep that PG-13 mark, but doesn't mean you can't get a lot more screams in there, a lot more pain, a lot more, maybe blood splatter. Like, do something with the shadows, because that was something that they did really well, was the shadows and the sound, and I thought they were going to do that for the springlock scene, but nah, that kind of fell flat as well. But it does end with his famous line, "I'll always come back," which I thought was kind of cool. The film then completely ends with the ghost child of Freddy shutting the door on Spring Bonnie, who's still twitching after a little bit. And if you know the games, as for the fans, they will know he will come back and he will possess the spirit of that suit. So the acting of this film is going to be a tough one to break down, because I was kind of disappointed in it. It was simple at times. There weren't any outstanding performances, which is disappointing, because when you have Matthew Lillard on your cast, there's so much you can do with that character. Like, honestly, he's still, to this day, my favorite killer from Scream. If you haven't seen Scream, then what are you doing? It's a good film, like, plays the character of Stu. But we do get hints and glimpses of that Stu character coming to life through William Afton as his character. As for Josh Hutcherson's character, Mike, I thought he played it well. He dipped into a lot of that grieving brother emotion, how he just wanted his little brother back, or wanted to know who had killed or taken his little brother, which he played well. I would have loved to seen him, I guess, a bit more scared at times and a bit more confused, especially when the animatronics were playing with Abby for the first time. He just kind of ran at them and then like backed away after. Like, to me, I would have been a lot more scared. He just kind of naturally came down, calm, leveled with Abby, and I guess allowed it. I was like, oh, yeah, sure, no worries. Elizabeth Lale, who played Vanessa, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know if they did this on purpose, but that character was so annoying. Like, the Vanessa character was just, yeah, she was annoying. And Piper Rubio, who played Abby, was just your generic, simple little girl who thought she knew better, who didn't listen to her brother. She's a good actress, don't get me wrong, a very young, talented actress. Um, but I thought all the roles kind of fell flat, which was disappointing. And honestly, if I was to choose one actor in this film who done an amazing job, I'd give it to Foxy. Like, damn, Foxy really took the cake for me. Like, he's doing the little dum dums a lot, and like, he said, like, he had a little line in there as well. I was like, yeah, Foxy, he definitely takes the cake on this one. Now, one thing I will say about this pacing of the film is it's really well done. Like, from the second this film opens, of that first shot of the first security guard, we get straight away hooked into the film. I'm like, okay, this is good. And then it kind of lows down a bit, and we go into Mike's life, and then it brings us back up again when Mike gets the job as the security guard. I really liked the pacing. I thought that was probably the best part of the film. Like, being someone who makes films and wants to get the film industry, pacing is very important to a film, and this film done a good job on the pacing. I thought it was well done. But then I'm gonna eat my own words here. It kind of falls flat in the last 10 minutes. It just rushes everything into it. Like, I'm still trying to process that Vanessa is Afton's daughter, but at the same time trying to watch Abby about to get stuffed into this suit type thing. Like, I felt like it was just rushed in the last 10 minutes. But nonetheless, overall the pacing I thought was well done. All in all, if you are a fan of this game and have been waiting 8 years like myself for this movie, I think you're going to have a good time. This film is really truly a gift to fans of the franchise. Filled with all the little Easter eggs and callbacks, I think fans are going to enjoy it. Heck, I just got excited seeing Foxy say his little dum dum dum. I was like, damn, we're finally seeing it all on the big screen. And at the end of the day, that's what got me into that chair, sitting there watching that film. But if you're someone who has never heard of the game, or have played it a couple times but not a big fan of it, then I can completely understand why you might have felt confused, or I guess lost at times on what was happening in the film. Because at the end of the day, they did make this film for the fans, which you should never do in a film. You should always make it for just everyone to watch, so they aren't confused. So like I said, if you are a fan, you'll enjoy this film. If you're just a basic movie watcher, I think you'll still have a good time, but you'll be lost and confused at times, thus leading to you not enjoying it, I guess. All in all, I'm going to give Five Nights at Freddy's a 7 out of 10. I recommend you all go check it out in theaters for that atmospherical experience of this film. And if you are a Five Nights at Freddy's fan, comment down below, did you enjoy this movie or not? And if you are just a casual movie watcher, comment down below, what did you think of this movie? So thank you guys so much for watching a review of the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. I'm going to start making a lot more reviews of movies, especially because, I do love movies myself. I'm going to try and, start doing a lot more reviews. So if you enjoyed this, please smack the like button and share around, subscribe. Be kind, love another. I'm Big Ali. Ciao.